Hello everybody, you know me, my name is Eugene Nick Dinsmore, and this is Eugene Behind the Scenes. I want to first thank all of you out there because Eugene Behind the Scenes YouTube channel has just gone over 10,000 subscribers. And I want to thank each and every one of you. But please help spread the word. We need to make this channel grow because you know and I know that this is the fastest growing YouTube channel on YouTube today. Everybody wants to know what's behind the scenes in the world of professional wrestling. Everybody wants to know what's behind the scenes in the WWE. And I was there for a period of time. And I want to tell all of you all of my experiences behind the scene. Would like to take just 1 second and send a shout out to my good friend Patrick Bet David from Valuetainment and the allegedly shirt. Today I would like to talk about Eugene's appearance on the May 24, 2004 episode of Monday Night Raw, live from Rockford, Illinois at the Metro Center. The week prior was when The Rock came out and became Eugene's best friend.
Eugene, you ain't going nowhere!
The week prior to that was Eugene's debut match against Rob Conway. Segment 16. That's the one right before the main event. It shows Todd Grisham in the back. I like Todd Grisham. He's a really cool guy. Really cool guy. I like Todd Grisham. Hi, Todd Grisham. So, Todd Grisham's in the back microphone. We got the set backstage. Eugene comes in. Oh my gosh, Eugene, last week, The Rock came out and became your best friend. What do you say? And Eugene says, I smell what The Rock is cooking.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
And I hit my little people's eyebrow. I used to be able to do it. I don't know, maybe not anymore. Anyway, Regal steps in, and then Regal begins to explain, this boy last week, 2 weeks ago on his debut match, achieved a dream, got even higher with The Rock, and tonight, on the main event of Raw, that's right, Eugene was on the main event of Raw. I think it was Eugene's 8th appearance on Raw. So, I don't know, maybe in the comments someone could let us know, has there ever been anyone that was unknown, relatively speaking? Eugene, Nick Dinsmore might have been minorly known in the professional wrestling world, but Eugene was not known to the WWE universe. Has anyone ever debuted on Monday Night Raw or on WWE and within 8 appearances end up in the main event? Possibly. Has anyone ever debuted on Raw and within 8 appearances in the main event tagging with the world champion? I don't know. So we're backstage. Regal's talking about how good Eugene's been doing and he's so proud of him. Johnny Nitro steps in. Johnny Blaze. Johnny Mundo. Johnny TV. Johnny Lucha? Has he been a Johnny Lucha yet? You guys know what I'm talking about. John Morrison is what he eventually became in WWE, but at the time, I think he was still Johnny Nitro. He was Bischoff's little stooge in the office, so he comes in and he says, Regal, you're not going to be in the match because you're not cleared, which was true. We've discussed before on the channel. Regal had a parasite enter his heart years earlier, I'm not sure when, but previous, and it was thought he may never wrestle again. And he really has a remarkable story of a comeback. I mean, this guy, he had to have his heart stopped and started again. He was on heart medicine. They thought he'd never wrestle, and he worked his way back. But at this moment, May 24, 2004, in Rockford, Illinois, he was not yet cleared to wrestle. So Johnny Nitro said, you can't even be at ringside. If Eugene can't find a partner in the next 3 minutes, he's going to have a handicap match against Garrison Cade, who became Lance Cade, and the coach, Jonathan Coachman. 2 evil sons of guns in Jonathan everybody knows what kind of piece of dirt Coach Jonathan Coachman was on Monday Night Raw.
But Eugene, you're not a wrestler. You're a joke.
He was just a rude, socially unacceptable type person, and Garrison Cade was right behind him. So we're live in the ring. Eugene's in the ring. And Coach and Garrison are circling Eugene, and he's scared. Oh my gosh, he can't find a partner. This is going to be a handicap match. I don't know if they should have said, but that's what it's called, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to let that lie, and I'll send the music hits.
Look at Eugene's partner, Cade.
The World Heavyweight Champion Chris Benoit comes out and says he's going to tag with Eugene. Oh my gosh. Top guy. Step back for a second. All Benoit issues aside, let's talk about world champion, top guy, and my character being placed right there with him in a match. That instantly set me up to be on that level. And again, that was the writing of the WWE creative team, Brian Gerwick and Skirwitz, what's his name? I can't ever pronounce it. I'm sorry, Brian. I can't pronounce your last name, but awesome writer and wrote beautifully for Eugene. You got to think, Eugene has had one match on Raw against Rob Conway where I did very little, and we went by the same plan on this one. I was going to do very little in the match, but I didn't need to. The little things that I did, people reacted to. Now, there's a spot in the match where Lance and I are in, and we're going through the crisscross. I'm running this way, Lance is running this way. Eugene goes, stop, stop, stop. Lance says, what? I said, what's up there? And he looks up, and then I give him the karate chop, the Chief J Strongbow chop, the Giant Baba chop on the forehead. And Lance sells so well. He would shake that head, and that blonde hair would fly like this, and he knew how to sell. And the people went crazy, and Eugene dipped, dived, dodged, and dipped and ducked and tagged out. I did a crisscross. I did maybe a little bit of wrestling in a crisscross, and the crowd went crazy. The idea behind it was, if something is good, if something's working, if something's over, don't overexpose it. Just use just a little bit and let the people want more and more. So the match progresses. I feel like some of the younger guys, if they got into the ring with a wrestler on the caliber and aggression of Benoit, that they would kind of get tentative and scared. But Lance took it right to him. Lance chopped him. Benoit chopped him back. Strike, strike, bang, bang. Stood toe to toe when he was supposed to. Until Benoit makes the big comeback. Boom, 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 boom. The big diving headbutt on the coach. And if you watch that, he's doing the diving headbutt as Lance and I are fighting on the floor. Now, I knew enough I want to stay standing so a camera could possibly pick me up. And I don't want to be running around the outside because then a camera is going to have to pan back. So I just stood, we fought right on the back side of the ring. And the camera was there. I saw Benoit, the headbutt, and us in the background, so it kept everybody in the shot, and you didn't really forget about anybody. Benoit hits the diving headbutt, which everybody's seen before, pops to his feet, and the crowd started chanting Eugene's name.
Eugene!
And Benoit, that toothless smile, makes the tag.
Think about that for a second. World champion, top guy, all the big angles are being drawn to this guy, and they're chanting my name in the ring. Oh my gosh. I don't want to brag because I don't feel like I'm a braggadocio kind of guy, but that was awesome. You know what I mean? I worked so hard for so many years, and when the time was right, it all worked. It all clicked. Eugene gets tagged in, climbs to the top. Eugene, the big diving headbutt. Now, I almost fell off the top there at the beginning. I'm going to ask everybody in the comments, do you think I was supposed to do that? Or do you think I accidentally fell? You know. So anyway, almost stumble, the headbutt, and Eugene knocks himself out. Benoit pulls Eugene on top, 1, 2, 3. Eugene wins, Benoit wins, and he didn't even know it. So, behind the scenes, because this is Eugene behind the scenes, I remember Johnny Ace was our agent, and we worked out a good match. And at the end, Johnny Ace, okay, climb to the top, and then he wanted me to do this on the top, and then the headbutt. I forgot this part. I get to the back. God damn it, Nick! Why come you're supposed to do that? You're supposed to have the camera shot. You're supposed to have my phone. I don't think he was really upset about it. I think he was a little more ribbing me, but he definitely made mention of it. When I came back, everybody loved it. Everybody, oh, so great. Vince was like shaking my hand. It was awesome. It was awesome. Except for Johnny Ace. He's the one that had to throw a little check at me saying, hey, you didn't know what you're supposed to do, blah, blah, blah. But regardless, that was Eugene's 8th appearance on Monday Night Raw. Phenomenal match, one of my best memories. Because I was in the ring with all those guys, but especially Lance Cade. So now I would like to take a little moment to talk about my good friend Lance Cade. I met Lance Cade at the Channel 5 studio in Memphis, Tennessee, maybe, I'm going to say 1999, 2001, maybe 2002-ish. And I'd read about Lance in the Jim Ross report where he talked about all the younger guys coming up, and big, strong, muscular, tall kid with blonde hair that was trained by Shawn Michaels in San Antonio, Texas. And when I met him, he was a big, strong, young, tall guy with long blonde hair, and he was very good in the ring. He signed, moved to Memphis. Memphis shuts down. They send him to Cincinnati. Cincinnati shuts down. They send him to Louisville. And when Lance started training in Louisville with all of us, but especially by head coach Rip Rogers, that's when Lance's light bulb really came on. And that's when he became a phenomenal worker. Just a tremendously awesome guy. Unfortunately, my good buddy has passed away, but I was honored to be asked to induct Lance Cade into the 2002 Nebraska Wrestling Hall of Fame. And I filmed a video talking about my good friend, telling some stories. I'm honored to be able to induct him into the Nebraska Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. But the best part was I sent that video to the Hall of Fame ceremony, and they played it beforehand. I wasn't actually in the building. About a week later, Lance's mom emailed me and telling me just thank you, and because I just described what kind of guy Lance was, and he was one of the best. I mean, if you ever wanted a best friend, a guy you could depend on, that was Lance Cade. And Lance knew so much about wrestling, like history, from a fan's perspective. I remember sometimes we would sit in the arena and the music before the show started, and the music guy would just punch somebody's music, and the music would come up, and we had to say who it was. And Lance beat everybody. And then they started doing like music from years ago, from the 80s. Lance knew all those. And then like the underneath guys from the 80s, or even the 90s, 2000s. I remember he knew S.A. Rios' music one time. And I know S.A. Rios, but I wouldn't have remembered his music. Super nice guy, tremendous guy, one of my best friends ever. To all the good fans of Eugene behind the scenes, if you would like to watch the video that I sent to the 2002 Nebraska Hall of Fame to induct Lance Cade, you can put it right here. Hold on. Right here. Now we got it. And then if you want to see one of our other great videos here on Eugene behind the scenes, I'm going to put that one on this side. Yeah.